up, guys? My name is Teyo, and welcome to Logmatt's Creative Circle.
So what's up, guys? Did the power just go out? The power just went out. Nice. I'm back in place. I'm back. So little technical difficulties. There was the power went out. Yeah, the power went out for I don't know. The power went out, but my mom's also working in another room, so that's why we have two people in the house working and using the power, and I guess the power outlet. I don't really know, but the power now. Just know that. I don't know how to say this. Welcome to the podcast. I don't know how to say that. I've been planning this for a while now. It's been I don't even know how long, and it's making. I've done multiple episodes already with Jeremy and with Jake. I remember the first idea I had of a podcast was 3 years ago when Jake introduced me to Joe Rogan, and he was like, look, this is a podcast, and he was explaining me what a podcast was, and I was like, oh, interesting. Then later on, he explained more and more and more about it, and then I started to gravitate towards podcasting and towards Joe Rogan, obviously, because that's the fucking, I don't know, the godfather of podcasting. And yeah, started watching him a lot, and then didn't really care that much about it. He wanted to make a podcast, and he was like, would you be down to make it with me? And I was like, I'm down. And then we never really went through with it, I guess. But this is my second time trying to make a podcast for myself. The other experience I've had with podcasting is I produced a podcast for Talking Ugly. This one, I'm gonna put it in the screen. And that was pretty cool. That went on for one season. Maybe there's gonna be future seasons in the future, who knows. I'd definitely be down to make more Talking Ugly seasons. That'd be cool in the future. But that was really, really good experience, especially for this and for the future, for the podcast, because that really gave me the experience that I needed to make one for my own, and then kind of run one, and then see what issues I would go against, and kind of how to solve them, timing, and then uploading, what to use, it, etc. Just experience. That helped me a lot. It never really was in front of the camera, was always in the back of the camera. Had my friend Smash kind of helped me with the other camera. He was the second cameraman of that. But yeah, I did a whole editing also, and that also gave me experience and know how long it will take me to edit a whole podcast with the video and then the audio, and then what to do. It's just, I don't know. I guess that everything that I've been through kind of has set me a perfect situation to start a podcast. And I was like, let me think of a good idea to start a podcast, because I'm not just gonna sit here and just start talking out my ass, because I can do that for hours, but I'm just not gonna try to talk nothingness, I guess. And I started thinking of the things that could be valuable to the world, and I was like, I love art, and I always want to show my art and other people's art and creativityness. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, I've always been passionate about art and movies and music and stuff like that, and I really want to show that through this podcast. And yeah, this is gonna be my new project I'm gonna be really involved in. I'm also gonna be dropping a lot of music, so you're gonna be really hearing a lot of stories behind the music, behind the tracks, behind the production, because I started also producing about 3 years ago, maybe, making beats, doing my thing, killing it, honestly, because I'm killing it. I know I'm killing it, and I'm proud of myself. I remember when I was really, really young, I wanted to start making music, and when I did, I was like, wow, if only I could produce, engineer, and write a song, I'd be set. and now I can do that. So I'm really proud of where I've gone. I don't know. This episode's probably gonna be called intro. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't even. So I wrote some notes for the first episode and for like the solo episode, because most of these episodes I want to have a guest and someone to interview. I guess not really interview, but just like talk about them. That's why it's Logmatt's creative circle, because it's gonna be my creative circle. The people I want to have are gonna be in my circle, and they're gonna be creative people that I really enjoy having them around and enjoy talking to them. A lot of them are gonna be my friends that I've met throughout the years in my journey of, trying to make it in studio sessions and studios and stuff like that. But let me see the notes that I wrote this like a while ago. Also, it's pretty cool that it's podcast like Logmatt is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, bro. Now we're extending to audio, in the audio market. Podcast, bro. I know my voice can be talented as hell. I got a good ass voice. I know I can rap. And this weekend we're gonna have 2 guests for the podcast, and that's gonna be cool because I'm just cool to make more. The first episode is probably gonna be called "Story of Logman Productions." So the way I wrote like a whole thing, honestly, but I'm just gonna kind of pick from this and just tell you a freestyle. Just tell you the story of Logman Productions. So, when I was 7 years old, my let me start really from the early stages. So, I was born in Miami, Florida, United States of America, in 2001, October 23. Then, grew up around that area, and around 5 years old, me, my mom, my sister moved to Ecuador. In Ecuador, we lived in Tumbaco, Cumbaya, around there. And then stayed there for about 6 years, I think 5, around there. Learned Spanish, learned a lot of the culture of Ecuador. Grew up in the culture of Ecuador too. So by this point, I have literally half of American culture and Ecuadorian culture in me. And by the time I was like 10, 11, moved back to United States, to Weston, Fort Lauderdale in Florida. And stayed there for middle school. Then I think stayed there till 7th grade. From 6th to 7th grade. Then did 8th grade in Ocala, Florida. Made a lot of friends throughout the years. Had to move a lot. Had to say bye a lot. That hurt a lot, but at the same time it built a kind of shield heart. I don't know. I'm getting depressed. But that made me go into Ocala, and then I met Jeremy, a really good friend of mine and a really big part of the story of Logman Productions. And then went through high school in there, and then after high school, I moved to, bro. That's something I'm trying. That's something I'm trying to get better at. Telling stories, telling big stories. Cause I can tell you stories like a little story, but telling big stories, I have a little bit of trouble. But I'm gonna get better at doing it. That's why I started this too. To challenge myself, So, when I was 7, I was in Ecuador. Then my cousin's graduation was happening. They were graduating high school. They're like 7. No, they're like, I don't even know, but they're like older than me. I think they're about to turn 30 now. I'm 20 right now, so they're 10 years older than me, or 9. And they were graduating high school, and I was 7. No, I was 9 by the time then. Something like that. I forgot. But then I was taking a picture with my uncle's iPhone, and that was the first time I guess I really felt something of a connection with photography, or my creativity. Like my mind just kind of like, I don't know. That was the first memory I have of me doing something creative with pictures or videos. Then from that point on, I started loving taking pictures, and my uncle always loved also taking pictures, and he had a really big love for taking pictures, and he just kind of passed that love on to me. So then I kept taking pictures with his phone, and as I grew up, I moved from Ecuador to Miami, and then I started saving up some money so I can buy an iPod, and it had a camera in the front and camera in the back. The camera in the front was actually kind of fucked up because it had like a little mark, and I started my YouTube channel with that. I remember I used to set up my little iPod in my kitchen chair, and I brought my kitchen chair in the living room. Used to set up my iPod in the chair, kind of aim it in the TV, get it, and then get another I think iPod or something, and put next to it like a remix of Dead Mouse, and just kind of let it play, and then me in the background, not rapping, commentating in the gameplay and stuff, and then yeah, I did that for a while and kind of found an enjoyment of creating something, kind of making a production behind the scenes and creating content. I started, I love that. And yeah, then at 12 years old, I started my first YouTube channel. That was then. And then the first name I had was called Game Masters. The first name of my YouTube channel was actually called Game Masters, and then I changed it to eventually going into Logmatt, and then yeah, crazy stuff. I put something I called Key Moments. STN Atlanta. When I was in high school, I did like a club. It's called STN. I think it's called Student Television Network, and my school went to Atlanta, and then we won some prizes, and I did a lot of like videos over there, and we stayed over there for like I think the weekend in a hotel, and it was like a really big moment for me because it was the first time I did something out of my room and out of school with video and stuff. I don't know, it was just really big. I really thought it was like a big moment in my life, and yeah, yeah. I remember I went with my crush that moment, and crazy story. I'll save it for later. Crazy ass story. But yeah, that was insane. That was my freshman year of high school. I think I was 13 or 14. Yeah. Another key moment in my life, or another key moment of Logman Productions is when I interned or I worked as a videographer for this one company that my mom's friend had, and he was a videographer too. So I kind of like went under his wing and did a lot of gigs with him as a second cameraman, and he paid me really good. He paid me like 150 per job, and I was like 15, 14. And I was like, bro, what? That's perfect. So that really taught me a lot. And also I was doing a lot of with that same experience, I kind of used it to pay for that SDN. For that STN like flight and the whole like trip, because that trip was gonna be expensive. It was gonna be like $1,000 or something like that, and I didn't have that money obviously. But my mom wanted me to go, and I asked her for it, and she paid half of it. And then my teacher, Mr. Guest, I don't know if I can say his name, really cool dude. He was one of the only people and only teachers that really believed in me, and he kind of told me that he'll pay for it if I kind of record the football games for him. And I was like, bet. And then I went on football games with the football team, and then started recording them, the football games with the camera and stuff. That was crazy. That was a whole experience. That's another story thing. It's crazy how many things you don't really think about until you talk about them, and it's even more crazy whenever you talk about them, and then you're telling a story, and then you kind of you reminisce, you revisit those moments and those thoughts. The first open mic I went to, I was performing, and I was 17 years old, turning 18. I had graduated high school. It was right after we graduated high school, and I saw someone was having an open mic in Ocala, and I was like, "Whoa, lit! Let me see what's going on." And then DM the guy if I could perform. He said, "Yeah." My friend Jake was gonna perform, so I was like, "Bet he's gonna perform. I'm gonna be feeling more comfortable because my friend was gonna be there too." But then last second he said, "Oh, I can't go," and then I was like, "Ah, damn. All right, don't matter, but I'm still gonna go because I'm still gonna go." And then I went. That was crazy. Definitely met a lot of people, got a lot of connections, and performed the first time. That moment definitely made me kind of reassure that this was definitely for me. That was one of the happiest moments I have ever experienced in my whole life, and I don't know. Every time I think about it, it's just like it brings a lot of joy to my heart. And yeah, after high school, I went into First Institute. Which actually, let me bring it back a little bit. After high school, after I graduated high school, I went to college because my mom made me to. She said you have to go to college, and I said okay, I guess. We were living in Claremont by this time, and then I don't know if I should say all these cities. Uh, yeah, we were living in this one city in Florida, and then I went to this college for one day. For one day, after I did a whole day, my last class was music appreciation, and I was sitting there and I was like I was just like hearing music, and there I was, they were telling me about uh some artists that played piano in the 1800s, and I really appreciated it, and that's what made me kind of think, damn, I appreciate this a lot more than everybody in here. I should not be in here. So I literally, like, after that class, I walked out and I dropped out of my whole classes. My phone, called my mom, and I said, I'm not doing this like college stuff. So I told her I want to go into music school that I found crazy, and that's another crazy story. And then yeah, we went to like the school. I called them and I was like, "Yo, can I sign up for a class?" And they were like, "We can put you in a waiting list. If someone drops out, you can be the first one in." And I was like, "Bet." They did that. Someone dropped out, went in, perfect. Then in there, met a lot of friends. Made one friend in particular, Ben. He was really cool. Hope he's watching this. Hope to have him in this podcast as well. And he was really cool. He definitely showed me a lot of production stuff. Bro, why the fuck is there a fly in here? He showed me a lot of productions stuff. He helped me record a lot of songs too. He helped me record Ballerina and another song. I forgot which one it was, but pretty cool dude. Definitely enjoyed the 1 year that I had to spend with him. My friend Ben, he moved back to where he's from, New Hampshire, and I stayed in Florida. Obviously, still living with my mom and stuff, and I went to this one open mic in Orlando at a studio. Did my thing, performed, killed it. My second performance in Orlando, my second performance in Orlando, killed it. And then I asked the head of engineer if I could intern. He was like, "Yeah, just DM me." DM'd him next day. Came in, basically got the job. Not got the job, but like got the intern position, and then started interning there for like a months. Did a lot of stuff. It's a whole another story. And then I was interning at that one studio. Started doing music videos for people, for artists in there. Started doing video projects and stuff. Found a way to make money off of all that. And then started to thinking about the business sides of it, and then opened up my LLC for Logmatt Productions, and that's in 2022, the first day of the year. I opened it up. So yeah, that's, I guess we're 2022 now, so I guess this story Logmatt Productions, and the story ends. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say that for the introduction of this podcast. I guess um, everything's gonna change with the whole setup and everything. This is just a little setup time or setup. It's just a little setup so I can tell you guys a little story time about Logma Productions and the upbringing. The upbringing. There's gonna be a lot of more, you know, podcasts of me talking about it. Obviously, I'm gonna talk about it throughout the whole experience. This is my first time really being a host of podcast in general, so that's exciting too. Everything's gonna change with this setup. Obviously, my I want to have a guest. This is not gonna be the last time you guys are gonna see this. This is gonna be new. This video is gonna come out in a new channel. I'm gonna try to upload videos weekly. I'm gonna try. I said try because it's something that's been hard in general to make videos. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I am gonna do it. I'm I'm setting a goal for myself, and I wanna do it. It's that simple. I wanna do it. I'm finally having topics to talk about. Before, I remember when I started in my YouTube channel, I the biggest thing that I had, or that the biggest thing was that I didn't have topics to talk about. That was the biggest thing. So now that I do have topics to talk about, it's like 100% like, okay, cool, bet. Now I know what to talk about. Now I know how to promote these videos. Now I know what to market. You know what I mean? Before it was like so open wide of a, damn, I'm so like, I know I like videos and I know I want to do this, but I don't know what to talk about. Then when I started making music, I wanted to monetize that with my videos and stuff. But now I kind of have like a more understanding of what I want to do with my videos, production stuff. What I want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? Well, okay, I want to bring the value and importance of the creative in the world, creative people in the world, and more importantly, the people that are not in the spotlight. The interesting people that are like the underground people. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. I appreciate you guys listening to this first episode. Obviously, um, I did the music for the production. I just so you guys know, this is my little ego rubbing off, the vibes. But I'm gonna say, hey, yo, listen, you have to have confidence. You have to have confidence. Yes, boy. I produced that intro song. Pretty fire. I think it's pretty fire. I kind of sampled my own voice and stuff. But yeah, I'm all over the place in this episode, as you guys can hear and see. This episode, this is a new channel in general. I'm excited to open up this channel. It's like opening up a new store. I don't know. I've always had my Logma Productions channel. I had my Teyo Beats channel for a little bit. Didn't really go that well, and I was like, whatever. Wasn't really feeling it. Did it for the wrong reasons, and I knew that I was doing it for the wrong reasons in the first place. In general, this feels right. Came back from Ecuador with this idea. Okay, now let me talk about how this idea came about. When I went to Ecuador, I was going through a lot mentally and emotionally. Was just going through a lot, and I went to Ecuador for about a week and a half because I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and I had an appointment I made because in Ecuador is way cheaper than here. Like in here, it'd probably be 3,000 for more. Over there, it was like 175. Overall, 3 wisdom teeth out in 15 minutes. No cap. So if you guys want that promotion, let me know. I can probably get an affiliation link and maybe get something going on. But definitely was worth it, and went did my thing. And when I was over there, kind of recuperating in like the process of getting, I don't know what the fuck, English, Spanish, bro. I was in the process of getting better and better and better after taking, my 3 wisdom teeth out. I kind of was thinking just about life and just about uh, my dreams. And when I come back from Ecuador to move over here, the things I want to do. Because every time I go to Ecuador, I get a big perspective of life in general. Of like, wow, here in America, people don't really get, don't really, I guess, don't really appreciate life at the full extent that should be, because everything comes so easy and everything comes to us instead of us getting it. That's a big reason. I don't know. I'm not gonna start saying that's a big reason why this happens or this happens, but that's something that I've just noticed. Me, I've noticed that, and yeah, I don't know. Every time I come back with a new perspective and a new kind of eye opening of just life and everything that I have and the blessings that I have, and every time I come back with a new idea and a crazy idea. Last year was I'm gonna come back and figure out how I'm gonna make $1 million. I figured it out. Just know that. Came back this time. Okay, I wanna make a podcast. For some reason. And I wanna meet people. I know that because the video paused. So in that case, we're gonna have a ad pause, an advertisement talk time. I don't know the actual terminology, but this this whole production, but this episode is sponsored by Logmatt Productions. Yeah, if you guys enjoy this, make sure you leave a like, subscribe for more, follow me on all social media things. I don't know fucking how to promote myself, bro. I hate promoting. I hate really promoting is like should be my strong like thing, but it's not, and I need to do better, honestly. I feel like everybody thinks the same way. Even best promoters in the world always say, I think I need to do better. But yeah, all my Instagram, YouTube, whatever is down in the description, in my YouTube obviously, and in Spotify listeners and audio listeners, go YouTube, check out the YouTube. I got some cool YouTube. And my people that love music and love rap and are here for music, check out my music, bro. Album coming soon, very soon. This year I'm dropping an album. First time I'm saying it. First time I'm saying this year I don't know when exactly. By the end of this year, you guys are gonna have an album by me and someone else. Came back from Ecuador with a beautiful idea. I want to do podcasting. I was watching Impulsive. I was watching Joe Rogan, obviously, and I was watching a lot of mental health podcasts. Oh, someone I want to shout out. That's like people are gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know if people are gonna be like, huh, but because I don't think people would be like, like talking, not talking shit, because I don't really give a fuck about people talking shit, but I don't know. Smoke Sesh. There's a podcast called Smoke Sesh. I fucks with it a lot because obviously, they smoke and whatever, and it's a girl, and she talks about really cool topics about mental health and just a lot of topics that kind of everybody can, relate and stuff. I've heard in her podcast that she says, "Oh, I wonder if straight men listen to this podcast," and I'm always like, "Damn, dog, that's crazy." Because even though that podcast, I feel like she aims a lot of things towards like women and that I don't know. A lot of topics is very open wide. It's not like an open wide perspective. It's not like specifically girls listen to this. A lot of topics you just like, I'm a human, and if a human can take from this, take it, and if not, cool. And I can really appreciate that. Very low key. I guess she's like a very small production team. It's just only her, which is pretty cool because I'm like, oh wow, congrats, bro. You gone big and you have a little production, obviously. So shout out to fuck, I forgot her name. Her, I don't know. Smoke Sesh, cool podcast. Would love to have you and as a guest in here, obviously. I forgot your name. Embarrassing as fuck. Next episode, I'm probably gonna have Jeremy, my best friend, aka one of Logmatt Productions artists, Berg, aka David, aka our friend, me and Jeremy's friend. He's a really cool kid. He's very smart for his age, very talented, and pretty cool. That's so far what we have confirmed for this podcast. In the future, we're gonna have a lot more people, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot of more sponsorships too. Because so far, the only sponsorship that we have is Logmatt Productions. And we're also very excited to talk about different type of creativeness, not only music. Because yes, I'm a music artist. I rap and I produce, but I also like movies, and I also like films, and I also like productions. I also like cooking, the art of cooking, the art that goes behind a lot of stuff. I love it, and that I attract to that, and that's why I enjoy having these conversations with people because that attracts me, and that's why this podcast is called Creative Circle, because this is Logmatt and Creative Circle podcast. So I appreciate you guys watching this first episode. Be sure to come back next week. I'm gonna try to post an episode every week. Obviously, build my catalog throughout the time. For sure. Gonna have a guest on this next episode. But for now, thank you for listening. My name is Mateo or Teyo. Love you guys and peace. Don't know what else to say.